Florida has entered its worst phase of the COVID-19 crisis yet, with new cases, hospitalizations, and deaths at an all-time high. And now the Broward County School Board has stood by its decision to mandate masks, despite Florida Governor Ron DeSantis banning such directives. So here to discuss is the Broward County School Board Chair, Dr. Rosalind Osgood. Welcome, Dr. Osgood. Thank you for being with us. So yes, the deadline to end those mask mandates has come and gone, and now you have stood your ground, despite the fact that Governor DeSantis has threatened to withdraw funds. Do you think he's actually going to follow through on that? What is your plan on how to handle that?
I'm not sure what Governor DeSantis is going to do, but me and 7 of my colleagues have taken a position to mandate masks in Broward County schools because we believe that we have a constitutional obligation to have a safe and healthy environment for our students and staff, with the COVID positivity rates in Florida being higher than they've ever been before, with what we know from science and medicine and how this airborne pandemic is spreading. We feel very strongly that we have to protect the people in our school district and use all of the tools we have in our toolbox to mitigate the spread of the COVID virus.
Dr. Osgood, you're just over a week into the Broward County school year, and I'm curious, we know where Governor DeSantis stands on this, but what has been the reaction to the mask mandate from parents, from students, from staff?
Well, we've had a group of parents that are constantly pushed back, and unfortunately, they are beginning to be violent. A dad was arrested, one of the fathers was arrested at a school this week because he was videotaping a student who was wearing a mask, and she asked him to stop, and he pushed her. Overall, parents have complied with wearing the mask. Those that have not, we have followed our policies of, asking the children to put on the mask or putting them in isolation. But we just can't. We know that this disease is airborne. So if you're talking and coughing and sneezing and not wearing a mask, and you are COVID positive, you could even be asymptomatic, then you increase the likelihood of everyone else getting impacted by COVID.
Now, we mentioned the penalties that Governor DeSantis may put into place because you've insisted on this mask mandate, which is among them your salaries. Now, the Biden administration has approved the use of federal relief money to cover these penalties, but you say that's not a perfect plan.
I do say it's not a perfect plan because those federal relief monies, we could use those monies to help us accelerate student learning. We could use those monies to provide greater mental health provisions for our students. Right now, we would like to have strategies that are non-traditional. So I would personally like to see us be able to offer Saturday school or extend the school week out this year so that our children will have more time for instruction. It would also allow staff to work more hours that they could earn additional wages from. Schools in Florida are already underfunded, even prior to the pandemic. So I really don't understand this whole move to defund public education in the state of Florida. Anytime you take money away from the school system, the public school system, it's a problem because most black and brown kids, free public education is the only option they have for education. They can't afford private school education. So if we're going to provide those students with a quality education, we should add resources, especially when we're being traumatized by a pandemic. Think about it. Many of our students have lost loved ones to COVID, so they're grieving. They need psychologists, psychiatrist support. So we want leadership that's going to help use times like this to add resources to the public school system, not take them away. And you need board members and other policymakers in place to create an environment for safe learning for students, to make decisions about curriculum and those things that's going to provide those students with a quality education.
Broward County School Board Chair, Dr. Rosalind Osgood, thank you very much for being with us on the program today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, hey, Hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.